Constitution. Now we are going to deal with the topic world best constitution. Okay. Before going further, we are trying to know about the father of Indian Constitution, that is Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. As we um, have to know that his other name is also Baba Sahib Ambedkar, and now we are talking about his qualification, his degree. He have done his BA from University of Mumbai, and then he take his further education from London. Awards and honors. He got Bodhisattva, Bharat Ratna Award, First Colombian Ahead of Their Times Award, and the Greatest Indian Award honor. Okay, and you must have to know that Dr. Baba Sahib Ambedkar is not his real name. That is the Ambedkar is given by his teacher, school teacher Mahadev Ambedkar. His original name was at that time Ambedkar. That is mentioned in the school record. Okay, Dr. Baba Sahib Ambedkar, yeah, he was the first person who got doctorate PhD degree from the outside of the country. Okay, and Ambedkar, yeah, he plays a vital role in the establishment of RBI Bank in 1935, and Ambedkar changed the rule from that in initially when we are when we are slave of British at that time there is a there is what there is a much pressurized or hard work from the Britain. So he fought for us and making the time from 14 hours to 8 hour working time. Okay, and his autobiography is also taught in the Columbia University as a textbook, as a syllabus. Ambedkar Ambedkar make the suggestion for division of Bihar and Madhya Pradesh. Okay, the constitution, as the constitution is mainly originally written in Hindi and English, but it can available in many languages, but originally it is written in Hindi and English. Okay, and the pages of constitution which we look, that is not printed or typed, it is handwritten. The constitution was not typed or printed, it was handwritten. By whom? So it was handwritten by Prem Bihari Narayan Rayzada in italic style, and he used to make a beautiful calligraphy on the paper. Uh, when everything about constitutions was wrote down, then after that, government provide Prem Bihari Narayan as a constitution house for to continue that work, to continue that writing work skills, and he used approx 254 pen holders names. Okay, and he devoted his 6 months to complete the writing process, and for that Prem Bihari Narayan Rayzada demand to mention his and his grandfather name at the last page, uh, for writing constitution. He demand not for taking money. Okay, and the page boundary or page was fully decorated by artists of Santiniketan, and this work is hand over to um, Nandalal Bose, Acharya Nandalal Bose, who is the head of the Santiniketan, and Nandalal Bose uh, Nandalal Bose used to complete that work with his student, okay, with their students of Santiniketan, and Nandalal Bose himself painted the major images of of the pages of the Constitution, and the starting page, that is also known as the preamble. The preamble page was also decorated by the Nandalal Bose student, whose name is Bihor Ram Manohar Sinha. Okay, that is first page of the Constitution, also known as the preamble, yeah, or page of the Constitution. The original copies. Now, the original copies are kept at the special cases. That consists of helium filled. That is in that is in the Library of Parliament of India. Okay, that's the Constitution kept in the helium filled case. That is the Library of Parliament of the India. Indian constitution is also known as a bag of borrowing because it is taken from the many countries constitution. And here is the mention of the name, that is the British constitution, American constitution, Canadian constitution, and Irish constitution, Australian constitution, Soviet constitution, French constitution, South African constitution. So that's why Indian constitution is known as the bag of borrowing, because it and this constitution comprises of many countries constitution. That's why it it can also be considered as the best constitution or world best constitution, because many drawbacks are correctified or modified in Indian constitution, British constitution. What now? The question is, these Indian constitutions derive from many countries constitution. So what things derive from the British constitution? First, the parliamentary form of government. That is, the government is in parliament form. That derives from the uh, British constitution, parliamentary form of government. Why the need of parliamentary form of government? These will learn in upcoming presentation. Okay, and the laws, rules, and law making procedure. Okay, and single citizenship. Single citizenships in the sense like, in single citizenships means that in a country, one people treated as everywhere equivalent. Okay, that not they will be discrimination if a person belongs from one state, that can't be discriminate from the other state. Okay, it means सिंगल सिटीजनशिप्स, यानी इंडिया में इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में मेंशन किया गया सिंगल सिटीजनशिप्स। इसमें क्या होता है कि अगर एक पर्सन है तो ट्रीटेड होंगे हर जगह इक्वल। उसको कोई ये नहीं है कि ऐसा नहीं है कि एक स्टेट में उसकी कुछ और वैल्यू है, अदर स्टेट में कुछ और ही मतलब उसको डिस्क्रिमिनेट किया जाए। ओके, ऐसा कुछ नहीं, वो हर जगह इक्वल है। और इंडिया के अंदर कहीं भी वो रेसिडेंशियल बन सकता है, उसमें उसका कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगा। ओके, एंड हाँ, तो ऐसे करके तो वो क्या कर सकता है सिंगल सिटीजन्स की, वो डबल गवर्नमेंट का, लाइक स्टेट गवर्नमेंट और सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट दोनों का बेनिफिट उठा सकता है। ओके, अगर स्टेट गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से उस रेसिडेंशियल के लिए कुछ अगर एजुकेशनल फी में कंसेशन है, देन ही कैन टेक द प्रॉफिट ऑफ दैट। ओके, इस चीज को आर्टिकल 19 में मेंशन किया गया है सिंगल सिटीजनशिप के बारे में, जो कि ब्रिटिश कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन से लिया गया है। लाइक सिंगल सिटीजनशिप, हाँ। और लेकिन सिंगल सिटीजनशिप्स एक इसमें क्या जम्मू एंड कश्मीर में फॉलो नहीं होता है, क्योंकि उसमें मेंशन किया क्योंकि सिंगल सिटीजनशिप्स, क्योंकि हम लोग चाह कर भी जम्मू एंड कश्मीर में प्रॉपर्टी नहीं ले सकते थे। हम लोग वहाँ के रेसिडेंशियल नहीं बन सकते, वहाँ के जो प्रॉपर रेसिडेंस है वही रेसिडेंशियल बनेंगे। लेकिन इस चीज़ को वहाँ पे प्रोविजनल लिखा गया, उस चीज़ में लिखा गया कि टाइम के अकॉर्डिंग कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में इस चीज़ को मेंशन है कि टाइम के अकॉर्डिंग इस चीज़ को मॉडिफाई किया जा सकता है। हाँ, तो सिंगल सिटीजनशिप से भी हुआ। लेकिन सिंगल सिटीजनशिप्स होता है तो फिर दूसरा क्या होता है, ड्यूअल सिटीजनशिप्स में लाइक एक कंट्री के अंदर जो होंगे ना, एक कंट्री के अंदर समझो तो एक पीपल को अलग ही स्टेट गवर्नमेंट अलग ट्रीट करेगा, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट अलग ट्रीट करेगा, दैट इज द ड्यूअल सिटीजनशिप्स। ओके, उसको ड्यूअल सिटीजनशिप। तो ड्यूअल सिटीजनशिप्स में काफी सारे डिस्क्रिमिनेशन आ जाते हैं, जैसे वोटिंग के राइट में कुछ डिस्क्रिमिनेट आ जाते हैं, या पब्लिक एम्प्लॉयमेंट में भी। ओके, लेकिन यहाँ पे जब सिंगल सिटीजनशिप्स जो कि ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट से लिया गया इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में, इससे प्रॉफिट ये भी होता है कि एक सिटीजन्स को ड्यूअल बेनिफिट ले सकते हैं। ओके, हाँ, तो ड्यूअल सिटीजनशिप्स को मॉडिफाई करके इम्प्रूव करके सिटीजनशिप्स को मॉडिफाई करके सिंगल सिटीजनशिप्स बनाया गया, जो कि इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में फॉलो होता है। ड्यूअल सिटीजनशिप्स कौन कौन फॉलो करते हैं, लाइक यूएसए हो गया, स्विट्जरलैंड हो गया, सब ड्यूअल सिटीजनशिप फॉलो करते हैं। लेकिन हमारी कंट्री सिंगल सिटीजनशिप फॉलो करती है। ओके, सिंगल सिटीजनशिप से यूनिटी आती है सिटीजन के अंदर। Okay, that they are not treated as a I am a part of that state only, they are treated as the I am part of the country। Okay, हाँ, अमेरिकन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, अमेरिकन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन से क्या ड्राइव हुआ है, तो जुडिशियल सिस्टम, जो भी जुडिशियल सिस्टम दैट्स टेकन फ्रॉम द अमेरिकन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन। एंड जो भी फंडामेंटल राइट्स है, फंडामेंटल राइट्स कहने का मतलब है जैसे राइट टू इक्वालिटी हो गया। इक्वालिटी कहने का मतलब राइट टू इक्वालिटी, जैसे कोई भी रिलीजन हो, कोई भी कास्ट हो, फंडामेंटल राइट्स सेगमेंट, फंडामेंटल राइट्स जो कि अमेरिकन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन से लिया गया है। फंडामेंटल राइट्स में राइट टू इक्वालिटी, जैसे कोई भी रिलीजन हो या कोई भी कास्ट हो या उसका कोई भी जेंडर हो और या वो कंट्री में किसी पार्ट में उसका बर्न हुआ हो, वो every person treated as equal, okay, and every person got a equal chance for every opportunity. एंड फंडामेंटल राइट्स में राइट टू फ्रीडम हो गया, जैसे everyone is free to speech and express anything, okay, that is we are the part of that constitution. So you can think that if you think that I if um if you think I am bad teacher, then you can express your feeling or you can speech anything, okay, you have freedom, that is freedom, that through fundamental rights of right to freedom, okay, you can speak. हाँ, right to freedom of religion है, right against exploitation है, like if any person, any child possessing child labor, then that's mentioned in the fundamental rights, okay, that's not a good. And cultural educational right that's are taken from the American Constitution, and our the starting initially word, that is a preamble of the Constitution, that is also preamble of the Constitution that also taken from the USA. Like in our Constitution, our first page, what we see, that we the people of India, like we the people, that is the word, the preamble word, the starting word of the Constitution are derived from the American Constitution. And the next is Canadian Constitution. कैनेडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन से फेडरल सिस्टम लिया गया, फेडरल सिस्टम, फेडरल गवर्नमेंट होने चाहिए एक, दैट्स टेकन फ्रॉम द कैनेडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन। फेडरल गवर्नमेंट कहने का मतलब है कि जैसे पावर जो डिविजिबल डिवीजन हो, मतलब कि पावर डिवीजन हो किसमें, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट और स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के हाथों में। लेकिन फेडरल सिस्टम और क्या होता है, तो यूनिटरी गवर्नमेंट होता है, ठीक है, फेडरल गवर्नमेंट और यूनिटरी गवर्नमेंट। फेडरल गवर्नमेंट में क्या होता है कि पावर जो होते हैं डिवीजन होते हैं, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट जैसे फेडरल गवर्नमेंट और स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के बीच में। लेकिन यूनिटरी गवर्नमेंट में क्या होता है कि पावर जो होते हैं वो सिंगल हैंड में होते हैं, ओके, पावर जो होते हैं वो सिंगल हैंड में होते हैं। यूनिटरी गवर्नमेंट में क्या होता है, जैसे कि कोई स्टेट में खुद का पॉलिसी या खुद का बिल कोई पास नहीं कर सकता है, ठीक है, उसे नेशनल जो होता है, नेशनल गवर्नमेंट या सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट कह सकते हो, वो उस स्टेट को ऑर्डर करता है कि व्हाट दे हैव टू डू, यानी एनीथिंग whatever have to perform that are fully controlled by the सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट इन यूनिटरी गवर्नमेंट। लेकिन फेडरल गवर्नमेंट में पावर का डिवीजन होता है सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट टू स्टेट गवर्नमेंट में, तो उसके थ्रू आप स्टेट गवर्नमेंट में डिसीजन ले सकते हैं। फेडरल गवर्नमेंट में क्या होता है कि दोनों जो स्टेट मतलब लेवल ऑफ गवर्नमेंट के जो लेवल है उसमें बैलेंस होता है। लेकिन यूनिटरी गवर्नमेंट में कुछ ऐसा नहीं होता, हाई काफी लार्ज अमाउंट, काफी ह्यूज अमाउंट ऑफ ह्यूज परसेंटेज ऑफ पावर जो होते हैं वो कंट्रोल होते हैं भाई सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट से, ओके। सो फेडरल गवर्नमेंट जो पावर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज होते हैं वो शेयर्ड होते हैं नेशनल या लोकल लेवल के बीच में। लेकिन यूनिटरी गवर्नमेंट में क्या होता है, पावर जो होते हैं एक सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट के पावर में हैंड में हो सकते हैं। सो वी कैन थिंक दैट फेडरल यूनिटरी गवर्नमेंट इज नॉट मच बेनिफिशियल और नॉट मच अफेक्ट, नॉट मच व्हाट, नॉट मच बेटर देन फेडरल गवर्नमेंट। हाँ, तो फेडरल हमारा कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन फेडरल गवर्नमेंट फॉलो करता है, ओके। लेकिन हाँ, यूनिटरी गवर्नमेंट भी बहुत सारे कंट्रीज फॉलो करता है, लाइक जापान हो गया, सऊदी अरेबिया हो गया, सब फेडरल गवर्नमेंट फेडरल सिस्टम लेते हैं, फेडरल सिस्टम फॉलो करते हैं। लेकिन हमारी कंट्री सॉरी हमारी कंट्री यूनिटरी गवर्नमेंट, हमारी कंट्री में यूनिटरी गवर्नमेंट, लेकिन जापान और सऊदी अरेबिया ये सब एग्जाम्पल में जैसे वहाँ पे यूनिटरी गवर्नमेंट होते हैं। और भी हमारी कंट्री और किससे ड्राइव है, दैट इज द इरिश कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन से, ऑस्ट्रेलियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन से, सोवियत कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन से। तो इस कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में क्या होता है कि इसमें डायरेक्टिव प्रिंसिपल वी विल learn this in next part of that same presentation, okay। And presidential election, how to choose the president, that's derived from the Irish constitution and Australian constitution। ऑस्ट्रेलियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में कंकरेंट लिस्ट है, कहने का सेंस मतलब कि यहाँ पे और ऑस्ट्रेलियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन से ट्रेड या सर्विस कंट्री में कहीं भी ट्रेडिंग करने का फ्रीडम है, दैट्स द रूल द लॉ ड्राइव फ्रॉम द ऑस्ट्रेलियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन। सोवियत कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, जो भी हमारे 5 ईयर के प्लान्स बनते हैं, 5 ईयर प्लान्स दैट एनी गवर्नमेंट रन और कंट्री फॉर 5 ईयर Okay, and into 5 year planning that's derived from the Soviet constitution, that is the USSR. Okay, USSR. And जो fundamental duties है, okay, fundamental duties which I have already mentioned, that that's also derived from the Soviet constitution, USSR constitution. Okay, and our next country from which our constitution has been derived, that is the French constitution, South African constitution, French constitution. हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में प्रीमियम में स्टार्टिंग में कुछ वर्ड्स मेंशन है लाइक लिबर्टी, इक्वलिटी, फ्रेटर्निटी, ये सब वर्ड्स दैट्स आर ड्राइव फ्रॉम द फ्रेंच कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. ओके, एंड साउथ अफ्रीकन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन हमारे लाइक व्हेन our constitution was forming at that time, uh, there is always there is always a problem in any work, that if anything is right then there will be some mistake also. Okay, so for that amendment, for that improvement, um, our country make things that for making everything correct, or for making everything correctly, our country choose amendment of the constitution. That is, at the forming time of constitution, our country choose that if there will be um, anything which is not required or which is need to be improved, that must have to do initially at for forming time of constitution. So that's the thing derived from the South African constitution. Okay, are you getting my point? Dr. Rajendra Prasad. He was the first president. Uh, he was the first president at of Constituent Assembly, and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was the head of drafting committee. What is the drafting committee? Drafting committee in the sense like forming of the constitution. The head of that committee was Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, and that time Dr. Rajendra Prasad was the president of the Constituent Assembly. Okay, and now recently our present president, that is Rajendra Prasad Kovind, he he used to study preamble, that is the starting of the Constitution of India at the National Constitution Day. Okay, world's largest written constitution. Yeah, we can call as Indian Constitution is the world largest constitution of any country on the earth, because and it is divided into 25 parts and consists of 448 articles and 12 schedules. Okay, uh, and we called is the world best constitution because we have a lot more than approx 68 years of the adoption of the constitution, but after that we have a less number of changes in the constitution. That means that constitution was made for a future use. Okay, that there is that today we can't make any fault in the constitution. We can't find out any fault from the constitution. That's why we call as the India's constitution is the best world best constitution. Being the longest constitution, it has been amended only 100 times. It means after 68 years of adoption, it has been improved only 101 times. That means our constitution is extraordinary. Huh. Over initially when first draft was put, initially what happened that when constitution was became ready, and at that time Dr. B.R. Ambedkar put may arrange a debate for the constitution for finding out any drawback of the constitution. At that time over 200 amendments were made, and that was modified. Okay, so it was the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's genius idea of making best constitution. India constitution has a preamble. Okay, our constitution has a preamble. That is what we the people of India, yeah, yeah, इसमें जो भी word है like fraternity, equality, liberty, justice, that show that our first page criminal or face of the constitution shows that what type of our constitutions is. It means what type we are focusing on what things. Okay, that our preamble, the first page of the constitution shows us that at the time of making constitution, what are the priority things we have in the mind. Okay, and our constitution, yeah, starts from the word we, the people of India, having. Okay, federal and unitary constitution. I have already mentioned some points of about that, about federal and unitary constitution. That yeah, Indian constitution contains both federal constitution and unitary constitution, because our Indian contain very important power of in central government and much power in the hand of state government. So our Indian will consider as a federal constitution, but there was some example also which follow unitary constitution. Okay, like what? Like Japan or Saudi Arabia, which follow unitary constitution. So our constitution can be either unitary or federal. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Any constitution can be of both having two types of government, that is unitary government or federal government. But our country have a federal government, so that's a best thing. Constitution with a parliamentary form of government. Yeah, our constitution is is having parliamentary form of government. Yeah, I've already mentioned you that. These things we deal later. Okay, and these are the few points that our country is a parliamentary form of government. That's beneficial because that's why our our parliament is because the executive is answerable and responsible to the legislature. So that's why our what we say, our country is responsible or answerable to any things for to its legislature. Okay, and in parliamentary form of government, what happened that the head of the state is nominal chosen. Okay, and the executive and legislature work in the close cooperative in a single room. You can say that they work for, like a single guy. Okay, single team. The executive in the parliamentary system is responsible to the legislature for all its acts. Yeah, the executive, the running party, is answerable and responsible for every action happening in that country or in the country. Okay, or the the parliamentary form of government, उनके जो head होता है, that is the that anything happens occurs under the leadership of prime minister. Okay, Indian Constitution guarantees fundamental rights. Okay, so I have already mentioned you the few parts that's under the fundamental rights that Constitution follow. The Part 3 of the Constitution of India describe the fundamental rights that guarantees civil freedom to all the citizens of India to allow them to live in a peace. Six fundamental rights mentioned in the Constitution are right to equality. Yeah, that is the equality between the religion. Each are treated equal. Eh, eh, and it means any person living in any part of the of India have equal opportunity and they are equal. Like one vote, one value. Similar. Right to freedom of religion. They are free to make. They are free to. Um, they are free to make. Um, Expanding of their religion, they are free for that. Okay, for promoting their religion they are free. Cultural and educational rights, yeah, like 14 years below 14-year guys must have to take education or right to freedom. Okay, to express something, right against exploitation. Like there's a exploitation, like um, there's not to be follow child labor or anything. Okay, right to constitutional remedy. Indian constitution sets fundamental duties. It means what are the duties that have to follow by the um, citizen. Okay, there are few things that we have to follow for making our constitution as complete uh, working. Okay, like what we have to do, we have to promote our brothership. Okay, we have to promote our brothership amongst other, or we have to we have to can't discriminate or make a differentiation between the our other religions and other, and we have to promote our linguistics language also, okay, and religion, regional or sectional diversities. Value and preserve, we have to preserve our natural resources, okay, or culture. Protect, we have to protect our natural environment like a forest or lakes or rivers and wildlife, anything, okay, for living creatures. And we have to develop our thinking for being a better humanism, okay, for as a for humanity, okay. And we have to what we have to maintain unity, we have to defend, protect, develop, respect, okay. These are the things that we have to follow as a Indian citizens, okay. That's have already mentioned in the Indian constitution. Indian constitution provide a number of directive principles. Yeah, there is some principles of state policy which contain some guidelines to follow by the state. There is some policies and some laws. Directive principles of state policy are divided into three parts. That is the socialist principles, Gandhian principles, and liberal principles. What is socialist principles? Socialist principles are mentioned in the article 38, 39, 41, 42, 43, and 45. Gandhian principles are mentioned in the article 40, 43, 45, 46, and 47 and 48. Sorry. Liberal principles are mentioned in the article 44, 45, 49, 50, and 51. So, directive principles. That is the first what? Socialist directives, Gandhian directives, and liberal intellectual directives. What is social directives? Like we are equal, okay, and there will be much equal distribution of opportunity or material of resources of the country, okay. That's we are equally partnered, okay. For there's a under the socialist directivities, there is a law of that's the right of children, the policy of right of children and youth, equal pay for equal work. It means not that anybody in the absence of or in the presence of any disaster, uh, anybody who pay less and make work more, that's not be done, okay. That's not we follow. That's mentioned under the policy of socialist directives, Gandhian directives. Like we have to save our cows, or we have to make organized village panchayat for making the government policies profit to every citizens of the country. For that we have to making village panchayat, or we have to stop of drinking of bad uh, drinks, okay, uh, bad dangerous drinks you can say, or okay. We have to promote our cottage industries and provide free education up to class up to is more than 14 years of the age, okay, child. We have to provide free education under the liberal intellectual directives. We have to make uniform civil code throughout the country, okay. That's mentioned under the policy in the policy under the liberal intellectual directives. Indian constitution के through everyone treated as a single citizenships, okay. Like constitution of India has established a single or unified citizenships that's make unity, जो कि अदर कुछ कंट्री में जो कि ड्यूअल सिटीजनशिप्स है, दैट्स नॉट मच बेनिफिशियल बिकॉज वहां पे डिस्क्रिमिनेशन फॉर्म हो जाते हैं लाइक यूएसए और स्विट्जरलैंड. There is a no distinction between the citizens of two or more states. Yeah, absolutely. For that, we are using to make single citizenships. There is an exception to this rule. हाँ, ये rule exception केस में आते हैं कश्मीर के लिए, ओके, क्योंकि वहाँ पे आप लैंड ले नहीं सकते, लेकिन एक भी चीज टेम्पोरेरी था, दैट्स मेंशन इन द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. Indian Constitution, I have already told. Drafting committee. The most important phase of the Constitution, that is the preamble. The phase of the Constitution, which was decorated by the Bihor Ram Manohar Sinha. Okay, one of the Nandalal Bose, and we can see somewhere his name Ram signature at the at the last corner of every pages. Okay, he demanded not to pay. He demanded for making a sign of his and his grandfather instead of taking money. Okay, so yeah, there is a most important phase of the constitution that was decorated by Bihor Ram Manohar Sinha, who was the one of the Nandalal Bose students, that's the students of Santiniketan. The assembly. The assembly has discussed and passed about 2473 approx. I have already mentioned that in the drafting committee there was a passing of approx 2473 amendments out of 700 7685 tabled. It took exactly 2 years, 11 months, and 17 days for the assembly in the drafting the constitution, for throwing the constitution, for forming the constitution. After getting the final draft, Constitution of India was adopted on 26 November 1949, and on 24th January 1950 it was signed by the 284 member in the parliamentary house. Okay, when they were signing, it was concluded that, sorry, it was concluded that when there was 284 members were signing the constitution, at that time there was a heavy rainfall that indicate the good sign that, yeah, maybe gods are happy for that. That's may indicate that's their feelings. Okay, and finally, after signed on 24th January 1950, after 2 days, 26th January 1950, the Constitution of India came into action, and we celebrate our first Republic Day. The Constituent Assembly set drafting committee on 29 August 1947. Okay, 1929 अगस्त 1947 को that हमारी जो Constitution Assembly drafting committee सेट किया. ड्राफ्टिंग कमेटी सेट किया गया था 29 अगस्त 1947 को, और एट लास्ट 26 जनवरी 1950 को आवर फर्स्ट रिपब्लिक डे सेलिब्रेट किया गया. इट वाज इंस्ट्रक्टेड विद द टास्क ऑफ प्रिपेयरिंग अ ड्राफ्ट ऑफ न्यू कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. इसमें 7 मेंबर थे. ओके, ड्राफ्टिंग कमेटी स्टेट किस लिए किया गया था? नया कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन फॉर्म करने के लिए. ओके, एंड इसमें 7 मेंबर्स थे. यहाँ पे तो 8 मेंबर्स दिखे, दैट इज मे बी 1 मेंबर इज एडवोकेट. ओके, was advocate. 26 January, it's a very important or very, what we can say, it's a very much historical day. 26 January, how? Because on 26 January in 1930 we celebrate at that day Purna Swaraj, that's complete independence during 1929 and 1930. Initially Gandhiji thought that initially we have to make freedom from the British, after that we make improvement in our in inside our country. But Nehruji was not happy with that, and this and the other team was also that Sardar Patel and Rajaji. Okay, and they think that freedom means complete freedom, so we have to make freedom inside our country and from also British. Okay, so at last Nehruji was elected as a president, and along with the Sardar Patel, Rajaji, and Gandhiji. And at that time in 1929, at 31st December, India declared its independence. So Nehruji hosted the tricolor flag, our country flag, but at that time there was a Gandhi Chakra in the center, not Ashok Chakra. Okay, there was a Gandhi Charkha in the center. 1947, in 1947, we request the British to make our country freedom, but he choose at that time there was government Lord Mountbatten who that they choose the day 15th August. That's the reason we celebrate our 15th August as the Independence Day. So, but it was chosen as the 26th January 1950 as the Constitution. So on the 26th January 1930, Purna Swaraj was publicly issued, and 26th January was celebrated as the Indian Independence Day for the next 17th year. लगातार 1929 के बाद 1930, जब 26 जनवरी 1930 को हमारा पहला पूर्ण स्वराज दैट इज कंप्लीट इंडिपेंडेंस डे सेलिब्रेट हुआ, इंडियन इंडिपेंडेंस डे, वहां से 17 साल के लिए 1947 तक 26 जनवरी 1930 को ही हमारा कंट्री इंडिपेंडेंस डे सेलिब्रेट करता है, लेकिन ब्रिटिश जो गवर्नमेंट थी, दैट इज लॉर्ड माउंट बेटन, उन्होंने 15 अगस्त चूज किया। दैट्स वाई 15 अगस्त 1947 को इंडिपेंडेंस डे सेलिब्रेट होता है। फॉर्मिंग कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, तो कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली सबसे पहले इस ड्राफ्टिंग कमेटी के लिए मीटिंग बैठी थी 9 दिसंबर 1946 को, और लगभग 2 ईयर 11 मंथ, कुछ दिन लग गए थे, नहीं अप्रॉक्स 3 ईयर, 2 ईयर 11 मंथ 17 डे, दैट इज अप्रॉक्स 3 ईयर्स लग गए थे इस कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को लिखने में। ओके, जिसको जिसको पार्लियामेंट्री हाउस में 6 मंथ के अंदर राइटिंग किया गया था। ओके, ओवर 2000 अमेंडमेंट इसमें सेट किए गए इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में मिले, ठीक है। और द फाइनल ड्राफ्ट ऑफ द इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन वाज रेडी ऑन द 26 नवंबर 1949। ओके, लेकिन 24 जनवरी 1950 को 284 और अप्रॉक्स आसपास अपने पीपल के सिग्नेचर के थ्रू वो पास हो गया। फिर फाइनली उसके 24 जनवरी 1950 के 2 दिन बाद 26 जनवरी 1950 को हमारा कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन फॉलो लॉ में आ गया। ओके, दैट, थैंक्स फॉर watching this, love you all।